'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no. yes. Now that you got me started, I just can't stop. No, no. 'Cause I love you, baby. I can't let you go, baby. I gotta tell you that I've been looking for love so true. When I was down and out, along came you. Though you might be a liar and a cheat too, I just can't quit you now 'cause I love you. Yes, I do. I can't let you go, baby. I can't let you go, baby. 'Cause I love you, I love you, I love you. No, no, no. Cause I love you, baby. No, 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 no. Can't let you go. Cause I love you, yeah. There was a time I didn't have romance, but after I met you, I felt it was my chance. Well, nobody tells me good things about you, baby. I'm gonna stay right here, and I don't mean maybe. Yeah. I can't let you go. I can't let you go. Yeah. I can't let you go. Yeah.
There we go. Hey everybody, hope you guys are all doing okay. I can't hear my voice, but I'm assuming you guys can hear me because I see the little Yeti mic thing going over there. So, gonna be a shorter stream. You know, normally it's Saturday, my day off, but I wanted to talk with you guys a little bit because we have an opportunity for a reversal here. We'll probably have anywhere from like an hour, hour and a half stream, so not too short, but not too long either. Just right. Loki's gonna probably say hello here in a second. I can see his ears popping up across my shoulder. There he goes. So, look, as soon as he saw you guys, he was like, peace out. Oh, Loki, I'll give him a treat very fast. But hope you guys are all doing okay. It's a nice Saturday. After this, I'm gonna go take Loki on a walk, go check the mail, and because I need to get myself, I need to get my ring finger sized, or my fingers sized up for rings. Here, there you go. 1 and 2. Good boy, good boy. So he's happy to get some free treats. But okay, everybody, let's start off with Bitcoin here. We don't have to really discuss too much news coming out of there. It's a Saturday. There wasn't really much bombshell news coming out today, except for no. I was thinking maybe the Seahawks played today, but the Seahawks played Thursday on a special edition of Monday Night Football, where it was confirmed that the Seahawks suck. They suck really bad. So it's going to be interesting watching them and supporting them all season. But okie dokie, guys, let me move over here. Happy to see you guys all back. Hey, Monica. Hey, Joseph. Hey, Crypto Knight. What's right here? Hey, Crypto Alien. Almost skipped you. And hey, Island Time, of course. David. What's right here? Corinda Usman. What's right here? An X-Phone. Hopefully, you guys are doing okay. You can definitely hear me. Okay, thanks. Sometimes this microphone... Oh, that's why I can't hear myself. This got unplugged. I should be able to hear myself talking through my headphones. And the reason... Hello. The reason I set it up like that is so I don't talk too loud. I think Joe Rogan talked about this once and a few other podcasters. If I can hear myself, you know, through my earphones, it stops me from yelling and getting too loud when I don't have to get loud, right? This microphone does a lot for me. I have a loud fan right now actually blowing up my computer to make sure it stays cool. I don't think I need it, but just kind of a safety precaution. I just bought a fan specifically for my computer. But I don't think you guys can even hear the fan going. At least that last time I checked, I don't think you guys could hear it. So I like this setup that I have, and I enjoy it quite a bit. Loki's getting mad that I'm not paying attention to them, so you may just see him come along and annoy me every now and again. But okay, everybody, let's talk a little bit about Bitcoin here. We do know we're kind of in that same spot as yesterday. Don't worry about this yellow line from, you know, before this little bit of a support level here. Let me move over. There we go. Let me move that over there. So we are still holding support. We got pretty close to breaking down earlier today. I think you guys know. If we go over here to the 4-hour chart, you guys can see We had this nasty wick that came down, I guess, so what, over the last 6 hours or so, 5.5 hours. Was not looking too pretty, but we found support again. We did not break down below support. We did not break down below support. Now we have the opportunity to create a double bottom. We have a bottom, a neckline up here. And if we're able to break above, let's say about 21,365, everybody, that's where you could see Bitcoin trying to go back up to 22,000, maybe even as far as 23,000. I think the 23,000 is probably a little bit too far out there, but I do think we have an opportunity for a short-term bounce before eventually we start, looking to consolidate again, and then we'll have to wait and see if we're actually going to break out or break back down. The market seems kind of iffy right now, though, as far as the stock market. So I would assume once Monday comes along, everybody, we're going to be heading back down unless we have some really good news coming out saying the war in Ukraine is over, inflation is 0, that type of stuff, right? You see me. But okay. I think the 1 hour chart, the 1 hour chart. Oops, daisy. Let's go over here. Oh, I have the magnet on, that's why. And the 1 hour chart shows it pretty clearly. We're waiting for a breakout right above this line. We're doing pretty well right now, guys. It's probably not going to happen over the next 1 or 2 hours. It might happen over the next like 6 to 12 hours. That's when you might expect a really big boom. Maybe at the, if I was to kind of pin it down, I would say sometime over the next 6 hours, but closer to like to 5 and 6 hours from now. That's when you're going to see that real big push here. If we're lucky, we'll just have a crazy long wick over the next 2 to 3 hours. But right now, I'm just going to be patient with this one. I haven't trimmed off any shorts just yet. If we do break above this neckline, I'll probably trim off a little bit. But even if I trim some off, I'm still pretty confident we're going to be coming back down anyway. So I might just trim off a little bit, not too much of any of my shorts right now. And here's another way to look at it right here. Since we broke down, we found some support. We're trying to have a little bit more of a rebound. I don't know if we're breaking above the 20 moving average on the 4 hour chart. I'm hopeful we can, but at this moment in time, look, we're about to have another death cross here with the 200 and the 50, and that's on the 4 hour chart. The last time we had that, when was the last time we had that? The last time we had that, we had a mega crash here. So let's hope that doesn't really, lead to the same, the same thing happening here. I don't think it will. But, we may see a little bit of a drop here coming up pretty soon, okay? So I'm keeping a close eye on this. I hope we do manage to pop back up short term. But over the next, let's say 24 hours leading into the end of Sunday's candle, or today's candle technically, I think you are going to see some trouble and headwinds. Monday is going to be a really hard day if the market's not there to back us up to at least help us try to stay around the $22,000 level. If we can stay around there, we have an opportunity to be able to break back above these moving averages. But it's gonna be a little bit of a struggle here from for the next few days, guys. All right, there we go. A little bit of a pause. I haven't seen too many coins have too many great things going on. One of the coins I talked to you guys about as far as my shorts content, I was looking at UFO coin here. This is a 4 hour chart of UFO coin. Let's just go to trend line here. You can see that we're in this general channel, or maybe even a falling wedge if you want to zoom out far enough to see it connect. But I would just say a channel, a downward channel here. If we actually break out above this later on today or tomorrow, I'm going to be buying up a lot of this. I don't know if I can actually find a place that will allow me to trade leverage on it. So I may actually just put down like $500 and see where it goes, and then whatever the $500 adds up to at the end of the day, I'll sell it all and make it more of a day trade for me. But I really want to see if this manages to break out. Otherwise, I'm just kind of watching right now to see what happens if we break down. But if Bitcoin is going to try to make a late run move here towards the end of today or tomorrow, I do think you're going to see UFO coin try to have a little bit of a pop, most likely crashing back down afterwards, though. So just be careful of how long you want to hold this. But I'm pretty encouraged to watch a UFO coin right now. Everything else is up around 0.5% to 1%. Dogecoin's about unch right now. Ethereum's up about 1%. STMX up a little bit, yeah, so not much is actually moving at this point in time, but this new daily candle's only been open for an hour and a half. We're, kind of unch so far, unfortunately. Let's see right here. Make sure I'm not missing anything. There we go. Let's see right here. And hey, Candy, hope you guys are doing okay. Oh my God, yo. There we go. Is that Bitcoin seconds chart on TradingView? Yeah, that's the Bitcoin second chart. You get it through the premium membership that they have. I think it's like $60 a month or something like that. Or if you pay for the yearly plan, it works out pretty well. But yeah, it's It's pretty solid. I like it a lot. The cool thing about TradingView here is now you could always sign up using my link if you want to, but I'm not like trying to push you to do it. Let me just go over to this one. Oops, there you go. You could set to any interval you want with TradingView. So I can click 2D, and you can see it says 2-day chart, right? So now we have a 2-day chart here instead of a 1-day chart or a daily chart. If you go over here to Bitcoin, and we turn on all the moving averages, right? Now you can see that this is the 50 moving average for a Bitcoin 2-day chart, the 20 moving average for a Bitcoin 2-day chart. You can see how we didn't hold it on the 20-day, but we did hold it on the 2-day chart for the single. Yeah, you get what I'm saying. So these moving averages are actually correlating to the 2-day charts here, and you can see where we're getting squeezed, and then we got rejected off of this. Also, other moving averages, of course. But yeah. And I just do not understand what's going on with this one. Maybe it's just the data. Yeah, it could just be the data as far as this line is concerned. You guys know this 200 exponential moving average is supposed to be a little bit higher, but I don't want to confuse you guys with that one right here. But yeah, so you can do a lot of fun stuff with it. You could even do a 10-day. You know, a 10-day candle chart for a Bitcoin. I mean, yeah. They have their uses. It's kind of fun to experiment, I'll grant you. But most of the time, you're just going to be sticking with like the 15, 4-hour, hour, 2-hour, daily, weekly, monthlies. You don't really have to do all this other crazy stuff. But, you can see some things that maybe, hey, look at this. When we had the death cross for the 10-day Bitcoin chart, we had a pretty nasty move downwards. Stuff like that. Or you can see we actually got rejected off of the 20 moving average here for the 10-day. There was also another moving average here as well, so don't get too caught up in this. But yeah, you can have a lot of fun with it. I mean, you could even do the 2-second. Oh, non-applicable. Oh, geez, I wish. Maybe, okay, 5-second? There we go, 5-second. You can have a 5-second Bitcoin chart here if you wanted to. Now I never look at stuff like this, but there's always a nice way to look at the patterns. Maybe what some people do here, I don't do this, but some people like to look at the 2-week charts. I always find these to be kind of weird, honestly. But you can see we just had a death cross here on that chart. We had some trouble getting back above it. It's nice to kind of condense some stuff down. I would say if you guys want to try one thing out of like any of these possibilities, I might say the 2-day charts are usually pretty fun to check out. But that's just me. You guys don't have to check them out. I'm pretty sure you can check it out if you want to. Yeah. There you go. The premium, yeah. Premium's kind of pricey for TradingView, but what I normally recommend is you sign up on Black Friday, and then next year they'll probably charge you full price, but you could always get around that by just making a whole new account and then just like taking like a couple days to re-put all of your indicators on your charts and stuff like that. I would rather do that than pay the full price for a year of TradingView, but that's like premium. Premium is like hundreds and hundreds of dollars a year. But I pay for that because it's covered by my YouTube channel because, the YouTube channel makes money. But yeah, premium I think is worth it, but why pay for it? I guess you would say if you don't have to. Most people don't need to have so many indicators on their charts. Most people don't need to actually look at the seconds chart. Although I will say it's a plus, especially when you're looking at specific points of resistance and you have hotkeys on your charts. And you just want to push, Control B, buy 200 shares of whatever stock, on TD Ameritrade, something like that. It can work in your favor quite a bit. Excuse me. Let's see. I've been debating on getting the premium. I mean, I would say give it a shot for 1 month, and then if you feel like it helps, stick with it. If you feel like it's not helping, don't be afraid to downgrade to another plan that they may have. And hey, Candy, you like the second chart? I like the second chart a lot. It just feels like there's a lot of action going on. There's some YouTube channels out there that do the 10 seconds chart, and I like those ones too. What's right here? How are we doing today? Let's see. I mean, so far, Bitcoin's surviving. It's not as nice as we would actually like to see, but at least we're holding the support. That's the really big thing I want you guys to understand. We're holding the support of 20,709. As long as we can hold that, we're fine. But if we can't hold this, that's where the danger comes. I think over the next few minutes here, maybe let's say, let's just say hour or something like that, maybe. You'll see that we're going to run into the 200 moving average here on the 15-minute chart. If we can manage to break above that, I think we're going to be good for the next few hours at least. And then we could start making a move back up here, trying to go back up to 22,000, breaking above this neckline here, right? So I think you're going to have to just wait for that 200 moving average in the 15-minute chart to come back down. If it manages to break out above that, I think you're going to see people preemptively add some longs here before we even come up to this level of resistance. I would personally wait for a breakout, but you know, that's just me being extra cautious. I'd be pretty confident anyway if once we break above the 200 here, I'd probably be buying up some stuff just to see how far this next little pop could take us. I don't think we're gonna, you know, like I said, I don't think we're gonna have a full reversal back all the way up here to $25,000 or anything like that. Maybe around $22,000, $23,000, then start heading back down here, unfortunately, with all the negative news coming out about the, you know, economy getting worse and stuff. Okay. And then there we go. All these little things that I have keep on getting moved around. I love these little tools. There we go. All right. And hey, Georgia, happy to see you. I just want a light version or free so it doesn't time out. I mean, just get the basic plan then. If you don't really need to use it for a whole bunch of stuff, here, guys. Of course, we all know what's going on with Bitcoin right now. If you guys have any questions, like no matter what it's about, I'd be happy to help you guys out. But let me go over here very fast. Let me just go over here to there we go. Okay. So here's the TradingView plans. So okay, for me it says downgrade because I have premium and I guess I can only extend it right here. But basically, if you pay annually, it's $600 a year. If you pay monthly, it's $60 a month. So you don't get the 2 months free, basically. Most of you guys are probably just going to be paying monthly, I assume. So $15 for Pro, $30 for Pro Plus, and $60 for Premium. I think if you guys are just starting out trading and you guys are like just in your first like maybe month or two of trading, and you don't have much money, I think Pro, like, you know, much money to just be like spending on learning how to invest, I think Pro is going to be more than enough to help you guys out. I probably would say get at least Pro if you guys do want to start learning how to trade. If you guys are new, or if you're new and have enough money to kind of say, hey, I want to get, you know, blitzing on this and I want to just get used to like a more indicators right away, then I would just get the Pro Plus. Or if you've been around for a hot minute, like maybe 3 months of trading at least with, you know, practicing, I would probably be getting the Pro Plus. And the main thing here is it depends on how many windows you guys have. Some of you guys have like one window or one monitor. Some people have 2, 3, 4, 5, you know, they add up pretty fast, as you guys can see. But Pro gives you, everything gives you ad free. I hate the ads when I didn't have it. 20 server side alerts. You don't need more than that, I don't think. 2 charts in one window. That's fine. I like having a large amount of charts personally. So, you know, right here I have 4, but I could have 8 if I wanted to, you know. I like having some choices here. Now, like, I don't even use this particular one for 8. I just use this for the moving averages. So you're never going to see this one with more than 4. But you could, you know, you could move stuff around. You know, you can do some fun here, and you could always, like, you know, if you right click on any of these, you go over here and you say move chart forward, and you can just keep on moving it forward, move the chart back, move the chart back, and you could, you know, you could change stuff up here quite a bit. The one reason I like Pro is because it has 10 indicators per chart. An indicator is moving averages. So if you have the Pro plan, you're already using 3 of those indicators, you know, right, on the 3 moving averages that we normally talk about here. I'm not even sure if volume is actually an indicator too, so you might be using 4 just like that, then you maybe only have one thing else, which can kind of be annoying. So I think Pro, for most of you guys, though, is going to be the basic, like what you guys should, the standard for you guys. If you guys are making consistent incomes, then move it on to Premium and just pay for it annually and save yourself a bunch of money. But yeah, I'd say Pro Plus is where the majority of you guys are at right now. Pro is also a good option if you guys don't want to spend the extra money, because it is a pretty big step monthly. $15 to $30 to $60. They keep on doubling the price, like they're adding double the value or something like that, right? And hey, Michael. Oh, let me make sure I don't mess this up right here. I want to zoom out just a tad. There we go. All right. And then, Michael, how you doing tonight? Seems like we're gonna do a reverse for a bit. That's what it feels like. We're trying to fix. We're trying to break out above this little double bottom here. Let me see if I can put that resistance level up here. Let me go back over here. Let's do the 2 charts right there. And that level of resistance is actually. Let me just do it on this chart since this is the one that goes on the YouTube 24-hour stream. There we go. $21,382.85. All right, that's what we're looking for right now, and so far we are pretty close to it, guys. I mean, here, $124 away. We got this. We got this. We just have to wait for a few more minutes for us to break out above the 200 moving average in the 50-minute chart. I think that's the little bit of a picky spot, but I don't think it's going to be hard for us to break out above that. If anything, I think that's just going to be the good old buy sign here. So we'll kind of keep an eye on what's going on here. Let's see. And hey, Tony, when you asking when do we dump to 15K? I think if we end up dumping to 15K, or we have a big, dump anywhere like 17K, 18K, anywhere like down there, it would happen between Monday or Friday at this point, because all the stocks and everything like that, they're all overbought. I have a video I'm launching like pretty much right after the stream is over where I talk about Apple and a few other stocks. Since everything is so overbought, you could see the market come down pretty hard, pretty fast. I think it's probably going to come a little bit more moderately fast, but I think Bitcoin is going to take that as a crash, an excuse to have a pretty sizable drop. But I think it would probably happen between, I'd probably say sometime in September, maybe even maybe the last week of August, but I would say more likely the first 2 to 3 weeks of September is why I expect it to start having some really bad moves. I could be wrong about it, but I want to see how the market really holds up right now. I'm surprised how fast the market kind of rallied up over here over the last couple weeks. I thought it might be a lot more gradual. We kind of got too overbought. People got too excited here. And so I want to see once everything cools off where we're at. But I'd probably say the next, between the first 2 to 3 weeks in September. Let's see. Thanks for the recent live streams. I'm buying quant on dips and volatile. It's really volatile tonight. Can't trade it properly because I'm on eToro with deep spreads. Oh yeah, deep spreads can hurt you a lot. I mean, I would always say try to get another exchange out there. You guys know Fimex sponsors this channel here, but any exchange you can find, start practicing some spot trading on it. See how much the fees are and see how much if the fees annoy you or not. But I like being able to just buy spot on a number of exchanges that don't have large spreads. It makes me feel really nice. Or what you can also do is if you have multiple exchanges like me, you can actually see which one gives you the best rate and just buy it on that specific exchange. That's not too bad. And then when if you want to ever transfer it, most exchanges nowadays use the Tron network. And while maybe you don't like the Tron coin, or you don't like the project or whatever, it only costs $1 to transfer your crypto to another wallet. Whereas ERC costs anywhere between like maybe $5 in some exchanges up to $25 in other exchanges. It can be pretty brutal. Yeah, but I mean, eToro is a good app for stocks, I believe, but I don't know much about it as far as crypto is concerned. The last time I heard about eToro and crypto is when ADA was eToro let go of ADA on their platform. They actually said, hey, due to regulatory concerns, we can't have ADA on our platform. Of all coins, ADA, which is kind of weird. And hey, the greatness would be a perfect time to put 10K in. If you have 10K and you want to toss it in, I mean, go for it. I'm much more of a dollar cost averaging guy, but I do like to buy some some large amounts when we do have some crashes. But we haven't had a nice crash in a hot minute here, guys. We've had some dips, but not any larger crashes just yet. I'm hoping we can have a pretty big crash eventually. I mean, we did drop 17%. That was kind of a crash, I guess. But you know what? It didn't feel like some of the crashes we had earlier in the year. Let's see. And hey, Bobby Chill, I'm sorry you had a bad day, man, but I'm happy I can cheer you up just a little bit. I've had a busy day. I won't say bad, busy, but I've been playing it with Loki most of the day too. I got some cool Amazon stuff coming in. tomorrow I got tomorrow I'm gonna set up Loki's little pool. So he already has a pool, but basically it's like a blow up pool. So like the bottom is kind of flat, but the outside ring fills up with water and it like has little holes in it. So the water kind of launches at the dog in the middle of the little pool thing. So I think Loki's gonna like that a lot. But yeah, don't worry, my man. Your day will get better. Just relax, chill, play some video games if you have them. I was playing video games today, but I just kind of got like, Then I went ring shopping. Actually, here. See, I want to buy this ring. I was looking at which ring right here? This ring, a 2. This one's cheaper too, so I kind of like it. This is something I can buy for wear for a while, and then maybe get it clean and give it away as a gift. And then I was looking at something else. I think Jared's ring designs or something like that. But yeah, when I'm having a rough day, I like to buy stuff, or at least contemplate buying stuff. More contemplating, but I do it anyway, either way. And hey, Joseph, let's see. Oh, sorry, I missed something right here. Next reply. Yeah, no worries, Stex. Happy to help you out. How do spreads work? It depends on each exchange, but the basic thing you have to understand with spreads is you guys know that when you buy any type of asset, let me just, I guess, open this up just a little bit. There's 2 prices, right? You have the ask price and you have the bidding price, right? And what's between those two is the spread. Now, some exchanges, for some reason, have spreads that are a little bit further out, which is kind of weird. And that's because part of their fee process is within that. So if they're making fees, a lot of times, where's my little, there we go. Their fee may be this part of this entire spread. That's what it might be. So they usually make some pretty good money off of that. However, the spread is just the difference between these. Sometimes if it might not even be the exchange's fault. Sometimes there's just not a lot of liquidity and not a lot of volume. And if there's not a lot of volume, let's say you buy, Bitcoin way down here at the bottom. You got the exact bottom. And then you want to sell Bitcoin. The price of Bitcoin is currently trading at this level right here. Okay, whatever. But unfortunately, nobody is willing to buy it right now. So the spread is actually a little bit high. Or excuse me, no. Yeah, we can, okay. Yeah, I don't want to do this. Let's change it up because you're most likely going to want to be buying it here. So how would I do this with those 2 lines? Because there's also yellow lines up here. Let's open up another chart. I don't want to confuse you guys with the other yellow lines here because there's already multiples. All right, there's line. There you go. All right. So let's say that you're trying to, the price of Bitcoin is up here, right? You bought a long time ago, who cares? And you're trying to get rid of it. Because there's not a lot of volume, the spread on the trade is going to be extremely large because the only person that wants to buy it says, hey, I only want to buy it at 22,201. So right here, okay? So that's a massive spread because nobody wants to buy the position. If nobody wants to buy it, how are you going to exchange it? Remember, guys, every time you're selling off assets, somebody's always buying them off. That's why when I explained to you guys when we're, we're trading and holding Bitcoin for the long term here, we're buying at these low points right here, low lows, because we know that eventually Bitcoin is going to pop up again. It's going to do something parabolic like here, or hopefully in the future, like $200,000 or something crazy for Bitcoin, okay? But the reason we're buying is because we're going to be selling these off. It's always great to sell off your crypto at these peaks because there's always a whole bunch of suckers trying to buy at these high levels, always. And I'm a person that likes to day trade and swing trade up here, but usually this is where you guys will scale out of your positions. Think of a Dogecoin here. Yeah, we're fine for this one. Think of Dogecoin here. This is let's go to the weekly chart. So when I bought my Dogecoin down here, it was under a penny, very, very small amount. But during the actual rally, I was like, uh-oh, we're starting to get closer to those death crosses here for the Bitcoin chart. So I need to start selling off some of my Dogecoin. And so where did I sell off half my Dogecoin? Right here at 50 cents. So if you kind of zoom out, you see I got a pretty good price, but it did also rally all the way up to like 75 cents or something like that. But the reason I was able to sell all of this very, very easily all at once, and it didn't really, you know, I sold like tens of thousands of dollars worth of, tens of thousands of dollars off of Dogecoin, and it didn't even, like, you know, cause a dent. It's because there was so much volume flowing in there, and there was so many people actually trying to buy it up. When I actually sold my Dogecoin, it was in the middle of a rally. Because what happened here, so I sold it on this peak right here. So right here, I sold it as it was booming up, and then it decided to come back down, right? I thought I messed up, but I was like, look how overextended that was. Consolidated for a while, and then we had that one last little pop back up here. No, where do we go? Oh, sorry, that's a nickel. My gosh, guys. Sorry, I sold it right. Oh, I guess no, it was right here. Yeah. Oh wow, I did really sell it close to the end. Man, this is a long time ago, guys. Jeez. So I sold it right here. My bad. And then it kept on rallying up. It even went higher, and then it eventually kind of collapsed after that death cross there, and it just kind of never rebounded after that. SNL night, right? But sorry to go away from that tangent here. But as far as spreads are concerned, let me go right here. It's just the difference between the bid and the ask price. When you guys buy something, you're buying at the ask. If when you sell something, you're selling it at the bidding price, because that's how much somebody's offering to pay. Depending on what type of asset you guys hold, you may actually be buying it above ask or below bid. But most of you guys, I don't think, are ever going to do that, at least anytime soon. If you guys know, there we go, the whale stream dashboard here. So a lot of times when I'm looking at option flow data, there was a good way to see, let me see if I can find it. Can you guys see this if I zoom in just a little bit? Dark pool data off. Okay, so you see this little arrow right here that says A? That means it was bought at the ask. But you see the double A? Above the ask. So they were willing to pay over the price in order to make sure they got the position. So, you know, it's rare that you're ever going to do this personally, but, you know, people do it. Let's see. And hey, Michael, the ADA thing on eToro was so weird. I have no idea why that happened. To this day, everybody else still has ADA. I think eToro might have just had weak hands or something. I don't exactly know, but they really just did something really weird, and they still haven't explained exactly what the regulation was, because Coinbase still has it, Robinhood still has it, I believe. You know, you still have all these other exchanges still have it. I don't know. It's weird. If we're able to break the EMA, do you think we can retest the $21,800 level? The EMA. 21,800 level. Oh, the 200. This is a simple moving average here. The 200 simple moving average on the 15-minute chart. Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to be able to get at least back up to 21,800, if not $22,000. Remember, guys, if we break out above this, let's say it happens over the next hour or so, but if we manage to break above it, let's just say right here, get up to 22,000. That's only a 3% increase for Bitcoin, which means at the end of the day, Bitcoin might have gone up around 3.5%. That's not too crazy after Bitcoin just took 4 or 5 days to come down about 18-19%. It could easily rebound 3 to 4%, maybe even 5-6% if if we actually manage to break above this moving average here. There we go. Will BlackRock buy only Bitcoin or the top 10 coins or something like that? I think BlackRock will start off buying Bitcoin pretty heavily from miners, not from exchanges. Afterwards, they may start going into more coins here down the road. I don't know exactly what they're going to be looking for the coins. I don't know if they're just going to buy the top 10 market cap coins. They may actually just say, hey, maybe they don't like XRP, maybe they like ADA or something like that instead. You just don't know, but I would say they're probably not going to just buy all top 10 coins here. What their goal is right now is to buy Bitcoin over the long term here over the next, like 5-6 months. And then what they're going to be trying to do is design products around crypto to help their customers make money. So let me see if I can find something here for you guys very fast. This is going to be a little bit of a challenge on my part, so give me a second here. All right, BlackRock management. You guys are looking at the charts. I'll put it up here on the screen in a second. Let's see. They don't have much right now on the website about it, so I think they're still developing some of those products. But let's open this up very fast, and let's just kind of go over this part. Megatrend and Focus, iShares by BlackRock, iShares Blockchain and Tech ETF, IBLC. Okay. Now, this kind of explains what it's trying to get you guys into. This is to help their customers make more money. This is something they can buy, and they'll collect fees off of it, basically. Accessing companies at the forefront of the blockchain innovations. So this isn't about buying coins. This is about buying stocks that have that are going to be making money off of basically the crypto markets, the blockchain, so to speak, right? So, and they have some data here, some general points to say, hey, this is why it's so good. Well, here's why you should care. 80% of executives who believe that blockchain technology will create new revenue streams in their respective industries. Oh, 80%. That's the percentage of executives who believe blockchain technology will create new revenue streams in their respective industries. All right. 5 trillion by 2030. The value of the blockchain technology via the metaverse could reach up to 5 trillion. 105. 105 countries representing 95% of the world's GDP are exploring putting their nation's sovereign currency on a blockchain. Right. And then from here, you see, where the allocations and stuff like that. But basically, can I zoom into this even more? That might work out. Holdings by country, Coinbase, company overview, Zeus Mining, Silvergate Exchange Network, whatever. So, you see what they're trying to do here. Data processing, semiconductors, technology, hardware, financial exchange and data, application software, and so to speak, right? Most of it seems to be tied up in America, though. But hey, right behind that is 12% in China. So China is doing some stuff with the blockchain that BlackRock wants to be part of. So that'll be interesting to see how they figure that all out, especially with the Taiwan stuff going on right now. Let's see. Yeah, no worries, Joseph. Happy to help you out. Sorry, I kind of went on a little bit of a rant with the question, but spreads are kind of weird because there's different reasons for why spreads are either good spreads or bad spreads. Some are kind of bad actors on the part of the exchange. Others are just lack of liquidity. Some are the fact that there's so much buying going on versus selling off. We saw a lot of that happening with the meme coins over the past couple of years. If there's just so much buying and not much selling, the price kind of gets left, kind of pops away until the bottom can kind of find its way back up. There's a whole bunch of reasons why spreads are kind of changing, why spreads can change. But for the most part, you just know it's the difference between the bid and the ask prices. Let's see. And hey, AZTV, 19.5 to 20.3 to that's when you're going to be buying some more Bitcoin. Yeah, that seems fine to me. I mean, I've already started to dollar cost averaging again after yesterday. You guys know I took a little bit of a break from doing that after Bitcoin. There we go. After Bitcoin really broke this like $22,500 level, I just really stopped dollar cost averaging until we came back down here. Now I'm starting to do it again, and I'll wait to see what happens next. But I've just felt good enough recently to start actually doing dollar cost averaging again. And I was actually selling off some of my assets over the past few weeks, as you guys know, like the STMXs. UFO coin was a really big one that I sold off. I mean, it just went parabolic up like 300, 400%. How could you not sell it at that point? Well, how could you not sell it when you think that we're going to be going into we're still in a bear market, right? That was my my thought process there. But yeah, working out pretty well. And hey, David, I'd be cool with doing it elsewhere, but really not too familiar with crypto websites and the fees that may come with them. The fees aren't too much. So like here, let me do one thing for you very fast. This may help you out. Let me see if I can find this. Can I find this? Okay. So I don't know if you guys can see this. I'll try to go in here. So I do not want to print that. So for Femex, you can see are the fees to trade 0.025%, so less than 1%, a quarter of a percent basically, and a taker's fee of 0.75%. So you know it's a very, very small amount right here. I would say after everything's said and done, what is like a percent? Yeah, a percent when you add up the taker's fee and the maker's fee. That's pretty good. I'm also used to paying commissions on options quite a bit. If you go to TD Ameritrade, it's like 65 cents per an option. So I'm used to just paying fees. I don't really care about it. But I believe that the fees also pay for a good product. You see what happens to Robinhood and things like that when they don't charge fees. They don't work as well as they want to, and you can also see how their their stocks don't perform well because they don't have revenue coming in. So like if we go over here to Hood, once upon a time this was a very good stock. Now it's down at $9. Over here weekly. A while ago it was all the way up at like $84, but it opened up around like $40. $40 to $9.26. It's because they're not making money, and because of that they can't expand their app in a way that they would like to. Let's see. And then when BlackRock dumps their Bitcoin in everyone's face, that'll be fun. That's why we're going to be scaling out during this next big altcoin season. I think Bitcoin's going to go up probably more than expected if BlackRock is going to be manipulating the market. But there's going to be a euphoria part where I'm going to be telling you guys, hey, I'm selling off 10% of my assets right here. I'm selling off another 10% of my assets right here. And I may well sell off the majority of my assets way too early. But you know what? I'll be making so much money, I don't care. That's the whole point. I made money. If I'm making money, it might not be as much money as I could have made, but it's making a lot of money. I'll be happy with it. But yeah, BlackRock is eventually going to tank the market here. It's going to be years before they do it, though. It's going to be years, and they're going to be making so much money they won't care. Nobody's going to care. They'll be applauded by Wall Street for making so much money. But I think it would be towards the high point of the cycle. Basically, they're just going to determine when it's over. And I would say I'm still going to be looking for that death cross on the daily chart to signal when everything is going to be going down, because I think they're going to have a lot of technical analysts as well saying, hey, historically this is the end of the bull market. This is where things get really bad. Or they may try to change it up. Who knows? But you guys know historically, if we go over here to the daily chart for Bitcoin, when you're really way, way up high, the death cross between the 20-day moving average crossing below the 50, that usually does signal some really nasty moves. You see we have some minor moves here, though. After a big pop, we managed to still break out. So I guess this one isn't really like a peak move right here, right? Like we almost had a death cross right there, too. But death cross, nasty move. Death cross right here, not as bad as a nasty move. We actually kind of consolidated for a little bit more of a time. That was kind of interesting. But you kind of knew right after that death cross, we never actually broke out to a new high again. And then way back over here, death cross ended up being some really bad stuff after a really nice move over the last few months on that one. There we go. But yeah, they're going to manipulate the market. It's going to be legal because they're going to be lobbying Congress over all these crypto laws. They are. So just expect some fun stuff to be happening from BlackRock and some of those larger institutions over the next few years. See. And hey, R. Lake, I'm doing fine. Thanks for asking. And hey, David, incredibly stupid question. Nah, never one of those. But just so I'm understanding everything, the trading fees are based on the transaction itself, not by each individual coin. Very green to the whole stuff. Yes. So how much you trade. So those fees are applicable to how much money you actually toss into that position. So if I went long on Bitcoin $100 and there was a 1% fee with the takers and makers fees, I'd have 99 dollars worth of asset. And then if I wanted to sell it right again, I would have they'd take another 1% of that $99, and like 99 cents or something like that. And that's how it would work basically. But yeah, it doesn't end up being too much when you think about it. The only thing is you just have to make sure that if you're trading with leverage, you have to understand that the leverage takers and makers fees are based off of what the total amount of leverage is going to be. So the whole transaction. So if I do $100 with zero leverage, I'm paying that 1% fee. If on the $100, but if I'm doing 100 at a 100x leverage, and that's worth like like $10,000 or something like that, I'm paying the 1% fee on the $10,000 basically. But it should go down pretty drastically though. Some exchanges do it a little bit different. Some have different rates, so sometimes it's not as exponential like that, or not a straight line. I don't know how that curve would work. I didn't do well in chemistry or calculus. I was thinking Celsius or something like that. My GPU Celsius. But yeah, you don't have to worry about it too much. What I would normally do is just make a trade and then see how much the fees cost. So most of the time though, you may even see that the fees are only applicable to leverage trades. And if you're buying on the spot market, which is no leverage, you may actually not have to pay any fees. So it depends on which exchange you go to. Test it out and see if they're charging your fee, or if not, you'll find out pretty soon. But each exchange has their own different way of doing fees. And hey, Entrenched Trader, hope you're doing well, my man. What's right here? There we go. Okay. So if you guys have any questions on coins, let me know. I'm looking up some coins right now that may be moving. Let's see. Let's go to the 4-hour chart. I was hoping STMX might have a little bit of a better move coming up, but after the last big spikes we had over the past few weeks, we did have a big drop. I'm wondering if this is an opportunity, for me to buy up some more. Good so far, We really haven't had any death crosses here over the past few weeks, We've been doing okay so far, but I'm keeping a closer eye on this one right now, guys. I'm keeping a pretty close eye on STMX. The other one I'm looking at right now is Dogecoin Mars, not because I want to buy any or sell any, mostly because I just have a pretty open position, and I want to see if we have an opportunity to get back up here. You guys will see actually that while a lot of other coins kind of held these support levels, right, like see how it tried to bounce right there, Dogecoin Mars actually managed to break back down, and we managed to break back down below both of them. On the other hand, we are looking at something of a double bottom here, and we're fairly close to breaking out above that. So you may see a stronger move on the upside for that one. Anything else here? UFO coin is trying to, we already talked about UFO coin, but I'm hoping it can have a nice little move up over the next few hours. A 2-hour chart may have a golden cross coming up pretty soon. Are these, why is that like that? That's the 20-day moving average. Oh, okay, I know why, yeah. There we go. We don't want to fall down below that green line or where that green line was. But everything else, guys, it's fairly unch. I mean, we have SHIB up 1.5%. FTM up 1%. Not much is going on right now, everybody. Nice, calm, there's nothing to be too concerned right now. Basically just waiting to see what happens as we approach this 200 moving average over the next few minutes, I would assume. Let's see. If Bitcoin goes under 20,000 this coming week, what would the possible time frame for Bitcoin to go back up to 25,000? We won't know until we see how the stock market's doing. Because right now, basically, we had a pretty nasty crash a couple months ago based on rising inflation, everybody thinking the stock market or the stock market was going to do worse or earnings were going to be much worse, and the earnings weren't as bad as expected. Inflation wasn't as bad as expected, even though it was bad. So we had that initial crash. Right now, a lot of stocks in crypto have been in the overbought territory. So we're waiting to see if we're just going to come back down to consolidate for some time, or if we're going to be going back down to some newer lows here for the year. I would probably say closer to middle of September, the end of September, we're probably going to reach some new lows. At least that's my opinion here. And by new lows, that may just take us down to $15,000 or something like that. Hopefully just maybe to 16,000. We never know. But I would say it could be anywhere from like 2 weeks to maybe 3 months for us to get back up to $25,000 or so. It's going to be hard for us to really get back on a nice gravy train if the stock market really starts to tank here pretty hard. But, you know, until the NASDAQ breaks down below the 200 weekly moving average, right, this yellow line here, until we break down below this line, I think Bitcoin is going to be just fine over the next few quarters. We may go up or down again, maybe pretty bad, but I don't think it'll be like, you know, of epic proportions bad, basically. My concern is what happens if the NASDAQ breaks down below the 200 weekly exponential moving average. If you guys have been here for a while, you guys know how I feel about this. I'm terrified of this happening, but I know it'll be a great opportunity to buy. But whenever we break down below this, right? I mean, even COVID didn't drop us down below this. That should be it. You know, even COVID didn't do that. But last time it happened, 2008 financial crisis, you can see what happened. We bounced off of it. It was a really bad event. And this was, you know, this is a weekly chart. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 really bad weeks until we found the bottom. And even then we had a pretty nasty move before we started going parabolic again. Then the time before that, we had the dot-com bubble. And then we bounced off of it again. Then we came down fairly hard for a few months, right? So I just don't want to see us break down below this. That could lead to Bitcoin going down like, you know, the 10,000 range, 12,000 range, like the really, really bad levels. But as long as we can stay above this, you know, I think Bitcoin may only see maybe, you know, anywhere from $14,000 to $17,000 as a low. I think we have a possibility for that. But you guys have to remember, you know, the 20-week moving average is a pain in the butt. It usually drags us down. 20-week drags us down just a little bit there. And we're going to have to wait and see if we have a cross here between the 20-week moving average and the 200. And that might not happen actually until November or December. So you might even see us actually go sideways for a bit of time, get really boring. And then we start picking up some volatility, I guess you would say, closer to the end of the year, sometime around Christmas time. You know, Christmas carols as Bitcoin crashes. I bet somebody can make a really jolly song about that. What's it here? Let's see. Mike, I bought Gala at 5 cents today. What do you think? I mean, I like Gala. I mean, I have it for the long term here. Normally, it kind of has these really nice moves. But, there we go. This is the weekly chart here. You're pretty much hoping that, this is just on the weekly chart, that we kind of stay around this level up until tomorrow. And then from there, we actually have a pop up towards maybe 6 cents or so max. And then that would be a good opportunity for you to start scaling out of it. What I see here, though, you bought the dip. That's nice. Death cross after death cross. Both of those moves have already happened here. That's nice to see. Unlike a lot of other coins after, this bad boy has not broken down yet. Yeah, so this one doesn't look too bad here. I would just be careful if we break down below this trend line here. That might be your stop loss if you already don't have one. I'm pretty sure you do though. But on the 4-hour chart, what I'd like to see going into tomorrow night, probably even Monday morning, if the market can kind of have some type of short-term rebound, maybe you have an opportunity to get all the way back up here towards that 6 cent range. Maybe run into the 200 moving average, or maybe if we're lucky on the daily, make our way back up a little bit past the 50-day. Off of a wick, and then eventually start coming back down. I do think you're kind of on a limited time clock here. I want to see what happens over the next, let's say, week or so. As the 20-day moving average creeps back down, maybe you have an opportunity to have a larger pop there, but that's going to be a pretty big level of resistance as well as the 50 here, as far as where it closes. But I do think you could see a pretty nice wick, a nice wick above it, and then it will retrace by the end of the day here. So it might actually be an early morning play when you actually start selling off. And hey, AZ, September numbers are usually red. That they are. It's my birthday month, so I normally actually don't trade much that month because I'm used to just buying puts, because everything tends to go down on September's. But this month this year has been very wild as far as following the norms. So, it is our first bear market in quite a few years. You see me, guys. Let's see. Thanks for all this information, Michael. I turned 18 back in May, but I have been trying to learn everything I can. Have a very smart portfolio so far. Just BBY. I'm holding, never sold. Also, the Fidelity 500 index, investing $100 so far. Looking to do around $200 a month for next year or so. Any stocks that you guys are watching, particularly this coming week? I think I'll be buying Party at the beginning of the week. Possibly some Wish, depending on the trend. I don't usually go after meme stocks myself. They're too risky for me. I like to make like pretty boring, consistent profits. As far as ETFs that I like though, because I see you got into some type of funds, I like Vanguard funds quite a bit. My retirement account is through Vanguard, so if you don't pay commissions basically if you buy their products. But I think the Vanguard technology ETFs are something I usually like to buy a lot of. I would probably be dollar cost averaging those though, like $100 a week, $100 a month, whatever you got to put in there. That's what that's what I tend to do. Gosh, this chair is always surprising me with the little weird doohickeys it has. But there you go. As far as stocks, I'm shorting stuff. I mean, I'm not even shorting. I'm just buying puts. I think Apple's going to be dropping. I think Microsoft's going to be dropping. Nvidia's going to be dropping. I hope Netflix drops. I hope Tesla drops. Any other thing I got puts on right now? I don't know. But yeah, I'm hoping a lot of those things drop because they all hit major levels of resistance, as well as the major indexes all hit major levels of resistance. So I'm not really looking to buy too much this week. Day trading is probably going to be my number one source of income from the market going forward right now. And because most of my options are about a month and a half out. Hey, AZ, what do you think of the bears that think we have a false bottom at 17K pump then dump to 9K? I mean, there is a lot of people out there saying that we're going to 8K, or not even a lot, just a lot of small vocal group, I guess. They're saying that we're going down to 8K or something like that. That can happen, but again, you're going to have to see the NASDAQ come down below that yellow line. We talked about the 200 weekly moving average. It doesn't look like we're going to do that just yet. When we do start breaking down below that, yeah, Bitcoin could actually reach those levels. Let's hope that it doesn't, but yeah, I mean, it could. I don't think it's too big of a chance though right now, mostly because I don't see our recession getting like terrible. I think we're just going to see a moderate recession. A moderate recession is something I can live with. It's what a lot of people normally are okay with. It's if things get so bad that recession is really bad, like there's like 10% unemployment, really bad numbers. That's where things could get rough. And then, we still have high inflation at that point. That's where, $8,000 comes more into play. I think realistically, we somehow get down to $12,000 personally, $14,000. I think $14,000 is my standards spot at this moment in time. But yeah, we could always hit 8,000, but the economy has to get very, very bad. And at this point, I don't know if it's going to be getting much worse here. I know oil pretty soon is going to be getting worse as we have a formal 100% blockade of oil from, not blockade, but, embargo basically of oil from Russia. That may hurt the prices and hurt people a little bit more, hurting like the pocketbook, so to speak, hurt, growth. But, some stuff with Iran's going on with oil. They're not going to have oil. No, I think for the most part, I'm kind of settling around that 12 to 14,000 range as far as a potential bottom for us. I may be too pessimistic there, but I think the economy is not going to be good for not going to be this good for the future. I think eventually things are going to get a little worse here as we get as we kind of trudge along through this year. Remember, this is if you don't live in America, this is an election year. Usually the major institutions try to make everything look really rosy for the president in power. Well, normally, I guess for establishment people that have connections through these institutions, they kind of make data look a little bit nicer. They kind of present it in a more rosy way. They're doing it with Biden right now. Remember, they changed the definition of a recession. They didn't do it with Trump because that establishment level really hated Trump. But it's kind of multi-party. So Bush, it had it happen with Bush, had it happen with Obama, Clinton. These institutions all kind of serve at the pleasure of the president. So they do try to make things look a little bit more rosy. If you guys would remember last year, everybody was saying, oh my gosh, inflation is going to be bad. The government came out, a lot of the institutions came out and said, no, 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 it's just going to be transitory. It's just going to be here for a few months and then it's going to be gone just like that. And lo and behold, a whole year later, it's still really shitty. So, these institutions do this. You're just gonna have to get used to it. But I think let's just say sometime in Q4, let's just call it that, September, October, November, December. I think that's where shit really starts to hit the fan, so to speak. So pardon the language. Any thoughts on Gareth Soloway's worst case scenario 3,500? Again, it can definitely happen. Worst case scenario, worst case scenario, I could see Bitcoin going like to 3,000, even lower than that, like really, really low. And that's like off of bad economic data, like really, really bad economy, really, really bad recession, like really, really bad recession where like there's riots in the street, so to speak. And then, it would have to be a large amount of manipulation on the part of big banks and stuff like that to target Bitcoin. And then, maybe that last thing here, you would see exchanges dropping like flies and really going crazy. And, stable coins should be decoupling. That's worst case scenario for me. All that stuff would have to happen in order for Bitcoin to go to 3,000. I don't think we're going to have even half of that happening. Any of it happening. Yeah. I don't see any of that stuff happening. No. It could. But, I think it's fair to have a worst case scenario, but, it's not the scenario that I think was most plausible to happen over the next few, months to, I would say, 3-4 quarters. I think inflation is peaked. It peaked, right? I told you guys that like 4 or 5 months ago. I think towards, I said August, September. No, it is August. Yeah. So, but I said that I think we're going to find the end of the tunnel as far as inflation is concerned. And then we're going to have to see how bad this recession gets. If this is what the recession is like right now, we may not get out of the recession because I think it's going to get worse before it gets better. We might not get out of it until Q2, Q3 of 2023. So I would say maybe towards the beginning of summer is when we finally get out of this, maybe even the end of summer. But I would say that's when I'm most likely going to see a lot of positivity coming back into the market, a lot more bullish heads in the market. But, that's definitely going to be a while away. Like here, let me see if I can find something for you guys. Sorry, guys, my back hurts. I've been outside with Loki all day and my back is just killing me. Let's go over here very fast. Let's see. Can I find this? No. No, I can't find any here. I was just trying to find a short explanation of how the longer term effects of rate hikes. And they just kind of show off some like general ideas of stuff. And I'm like, I understand what they're trying to share, but it's not the point I was trying to convey. But basically, if I just can convey the point myself, I'll say this. When the rate hikes are, good, then when we have rate hikes, the cost to borrow money goes up quite a bit, as you guys might imagine. This involves credit cards, loans on houses, loans on cars, loans on boats, loans for whatever you really much want. It becomes more expensive. The banks are raking in the cash because of that, though. Now, when it comes to that's kind of what we already know about the rate hikes. What you guys don't know about the rate hikes is some of the longer term effects, basically. And those longer term effects is when people keep on putting money onto their credit cards and they realize they're paying more and more because of it, depending on which credit card you guys have, some lock, some don't, or you're getting the loans and things like that, all of a sudden where you thought you might have more money, you don't. And people, in the very simple terms, people run out of money faster, and then they have less money to spend on the economy. And that's even with higher inflation on top of that. So that's the bad thing here. But yeah, hopefully I kind of made that make sense. I probably didn't. Sorry about that, guys. Any chance for the dollar index to dip in the next couple weeks? It doesn't look like it right now. Just the dollar index does not look like it wants to come down. Here's the dollar index. This is the daily chart. We are rocketing. Maybe by Wednesday, Thursday, you might see it. Maybe we're lucky and we have a double top here. But this thing has just started to launch. We're not having the death cross here. Last time we got close, had a big dip, and we just started rocketing off on the weekly chart. Look at this. We're moving up fast. What you might be looking for is maybe a breakdown below the weekly. That might be a good signal for us, but that might not happen for, till the 22nd or so of September, maybe even a little bit after that. Let's see. Yeah, it might take a minute. It really might take a minute here for the dollar index to come back down. Hopefully it does, but, we're still going to be raising rate hikes here until inflation is completely under control. See. And hey, Stex, good feelings for meta coins as well. Like you said, they seem undervalued. Maybe in the winter they will take off. Seeing at the moment everyone's enjoying the sunshine. What do you call? I love low market metaverse coins. I think that they're good investments. Personally, that's what I believe. They're risky, but they have a lot of upside, which is why the risk is worth it for me. But on top of it, you see a lot of what's going on. So for Metaverse, you don't have to just think about, what's the guy's name? Weird looking guy. Zuckerberg. You don't have to think about his Metaverse. His Metaverse looks like trash. Trash. Now, he has enough money to fix it. But I saw some pictures the other day, and it looked like trash. I think if we can find a good Metaverse token that's building a game up or building an infrastructure around the new, what's it called? The new Game 5 engine, whatever it's called. No, not real game and app engine. Unreal Engines. I don't know why I couldn't figure that out in my head. The real life engine right here. If they can have this built up, this is going to be the coin I'm probably going to be going most heavily into. I think it'll be crazy. They need to make a whole ecosystem, because what Zuckerberg is trying to do, and what a lot of these coins are going to attempt to do, or these businesses in the future, is this. They are going to try and build a whole world in the metaverse. So one large world, but in that world, you guys will have opportunities to earn real money, like real USD, okay? Now, in this part of the world, who knows? Maybe this is just housing. Maybe this part of the world right here is more for like the really rich housing. Over here, you have like a whole world of exploration and stuff like that, where you can find stuff, make stuff, get paid in real money for this. Over here, you have like a workstation where it's corporate. This is like a very bland thing of what I'm trying to explain here. But basically this, okay? If there's real money working in this world, all done by tokens and things like that, what's basically going to happen is, let's say, hey, I'm over here and I'm a new guy, and I'm poor. I'm not happy. But guess what? Through working in the metaverse, or moving money from the outside the metaverse in here, whatever, I am able to move up to the high society of the metaverse. I know this sounds weird, but trust me, it's going to get this weird. And then you manage to buy a property in the metaverse. Well, when you buy that property, Meta is going to charge a fee. And that fee is going to go over to their bank account outside the United States, right? And that little bank, right, when they make money, it's going to be shown on their stock returns or, their earnings reports. Oh, that's a horrible stock. But basically, then you're going to see stocks rise up because of it. So it's going to be fun to watch, see how all this stuff plays out. Oh, it's like a little dog. Didn't mean to do that, but okay. Maybe you guys can see the dog here. Maybe you guys can't. But yeah, so every transaction that goes on in that world, Meta and all these corporations are going to try to get a slice of it. Just a small slice, but if there's so many transactions going on, they're gonna make a cut out of it. Think of it as far as Visa. So here you go. So Visa makes about 1.15% plus 25 cents to 270%. So let's just call it the low side. They just make around 1.5%. 1.5% for every time you swipe your card, they're making 1.5%. Discover takes a little bit more than that. But basically, if that happens in the metaverse, whoever is making the money there is going to be absolutely rich. It can be a lot. But that's what you guys have to understand. That's why the metaverse is so crazy because, now, I guess for me, I have money. I'm pretty content with life. I can go on vacations, do the fun stuff I want to do. But if there comes a point where, there's not enough housing for people, I don't even know. But basically, I could imagine a world where people would rather be in the metaverse than real life. And I can imagine they take more pride in, becoming a better person in the metaverse than in real life. And so they would try to build an entire life within the metaverse to live and be happy. I could totally envision that. Now, they live in our reality too, but basically, they would actually feel more comfortable in the metaverse. There are going to be metaverse millionaires who can turn those millions into tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands, if not millions in the real world. So, it's going to be one gigantic new ecosystem being built up. The metaverse, to me, is the next big technology revolution. I think we're still going to be working on it. I think the robots are still a little bit of time away from us. Maybe, yeah. But I think the metaverse is where everything's going to get really crazy. But man, I have no idea how the metaverse is going to be regulated. Are there going to be metaverse laws? Yeah. Who's going to make those laws? The corporation? But who's going to regulate the metaverse laws? The American government? It's going to be a cluster, and it's going to be so fun to watch it play out. But it's going to be all over the place for like the next decade or something like that. Maybe just next 5 years. But, there's a reason I still feel confident enough to buy Meta, buy a lot of these stocks and stuff like that are kind of going to the metaverse or a lot of the coins. We're still at the very beginning where stuff looks like crap to the point when it actually does start looking okay. That's where everything really starts to print out money, basically. Like, let me go over here very fast. Here we go. This is what Mark Zuckerberg's Meta looks like. Oh, that's not even the right one. Yeah, this one. Yeah, this one. Look how bad that looks. Just look how bad that looks, guys. Look how bad that looks. It looks horrible. It's a long ways away, and they've been spending billions on this, okay? And that's what they've come up with. That's what they've come up with. It's going to take some time. They even have a CNBC story about it. So Zuckerberg Metaverse slammed for ugly graphics. See, they're pretty blunt with CNBC too, right? So give it some time, but Metaverse coins, they're here to stay. And there's a lot of Metaverse tokens that you guys would probably like over here. You go to the Metaverse, and then what I normally like to do, like literally right after here, you hit what are we looking at right here? Yeah, we're under $500 million market cap. Zill, Ontology, Wax, some are different, from what they do in the Metaverse. But let's just go over here to Zill. Design, build, and use powerful DApps, right? Zilliqa, I don't know how to pronounce that, is your portal to the blockchain world, enabling you to create user-friendly DApps, decentralized apps, I would assume, more easily, right? So low cost, easy, start staking in 3 easy steps, whatever. You can learn more about it, but basically they're not even building a game. They're just trying to help other people build the game. So they're being a middleman. I like middlemen because middlemen usually make money when they probably shouldn't be, but they make money. Now, you could also go down here to UFO Gaming. It's up 313% last 60 days. I've sold off a large chunk of mine, as you guys know, and I will be buying it back down. Actually, I did buy a good amount of it back down a few days ago. 2 days ago? 2 days ago. But, keep going down here. Now we're looking at some of the ones that are like at $9 million market cap, $3 million market cap. Very, very tiny. But let's just go to what's been growing over the last 30 days. Tower. No idea what this is. Something that I want to, these lower market cap coins, I really want to buy them when I think the market is like crashing hard. So like if we come back to 17,000, I'm buying up a lot of these. If we go to 14,000, I'm adding more to these. But I'm not going to be spending thousands on them. Just going to be spending 50 to hundreds of dollars on them because the money's going to go so much further because, of course, the market cap is so tiny. But basically here, Atari Invasion is here. Don't know anything about this, but they're building a game. These type of games like this, I tend to only put in a small amount of money. I want to see a massive project. This does not look like a massive project to me. It looks more like something very small you might find on that, like right here, the App Store or Steam. It's okay, right? Okay. Page number 2. We're now under $1 million market cap. Etherland. I don't know. Sounds kind of interesting. Now, it's down a little bit today. It's ranked 1,950. So you're probably not going to be spending that much money on it. Oh, does it not have a website? Oh, it has multiple websites. Etherland World. There we go. Connecting the blockchain to global real estate. This is something I might actually buy. Now, this is beta. It looks like the market cap is 216,000. They might not be doing a good job as far as running the project. I'll have to see, what actually is going on here. But let me go to the website. Register for your favorite place in the world. Create your land ID. Use your mobile phone to take pictures and create an NFT of a place in the world. I hope it's more than just that. Let's see. This one's kind of weird. It's based off the world, so if you own land in the world, you own land in this metaverse world. I don't like that because that kind of takes out of people that own apartments out of the equation. This just keeps the rich people rich. Maybe that's a reason to buy it because rich people always want to stay rich. But I don't think it's gonna be very popular amongst the masses if you have to like give legal documents to say, hey, I actually own this land. Probably not the best play here. Interesting, but not the best play. Go back down here again. Now we're getting to the market caps that really don't have much stuff going on here. Meta Brands, Mage. I don't know what this is either. Last one before we go back over to Bitcoin now. Metaverse Resource DAO. Gateway to the Metaverse. Top performing NFTs, play to earn models and play earn. I don't know. It's up 5% today though. But basically, you want to give it a shot and you want to check out all of these things. I'm going to be making a more in-depth video, I think for Wednesday or Thursday, where you guys know I put that video out a few days ago or like a couple weeks ago talking about how to find 10,000 X coins or 1,000 X coins. I'm going to do like a 20-minute video of like every single step you want to do before you put money into one of these coins, even the really detailed nitty-gritty ones. The other one works just fine. I think you guys know that. But this one, I'll tell you guys how you can like do deep dives, go into each, go throughout the entire process, not just saying, hey, check out the website, what I'm looking for in the websites and stuff like that. But yeah, guys, this is pretty interesting. I guess one more here because none of these actually look good. But the market caps are so small at this point for some of these coins. Like this is like token 6,000. Okay, you're not really expecting much here. This one's been growing over the past 60 days. Mega Cryptopolis Mega. Okay. Let's see where this goes. Looks like a weird game. The timer doesn't work on it, so that's interesting. Land plot sold, District 127. How to play, start the game. Let's see, guys. $55 districts, 55 opened. So lots of land plots available. Let's go to the... I would always trust the Ethereum network over the Tron network, even though Tron's cheaper. So let's go over here very fast. Open. Open. Do I need to take off my ad blocker? Open. Open. Let's go over to Twitter. Do they even manage this anymore? August 18th. Let's see. So I think they're still running. It just so happens that I can't access it. I'm hitting the open button, guys. And I'm just, maybe the Tron network? I don't know. This is starting to annoy me. Demo. What the heck is it? Okay, let's go to the demo, guys. Let's check this out. Oh, I'm on a plane. Doesn't this just look stylish? Now, there's no sound coming from this because I can't hear anything. Otherwise, I'd let you guys know. So it's like a little world. I mean, I guess Mark Zuckerberg has better graphics than this, but I still feel like this is a good vibe. This is a better vibe than Mark Zuckerberg's area. Look at at least they got roads and stuff. There's got cops, multiracial cops. Oh my gosh, look at this. Oh, the Space Needle? Wannabe? I don't know. Town Hall. Oh, I'm staying at a hotel? Oh, look at this. Okay, Mega World. Now, oh, okay, Ethereum City. Okay. Now, this is the demo. So I don't think there's a way for me to go to the main world just yet. I don't know how to do it. But again, this is the market cap of this coin is like 1,000. So if I put like 50 or 100 bucks in it, I have a good chunk of this for a while here. So, you know, oh, but the price is 485. Why didn't they put this in the low below a penny? I don't understand why people do this. But here you go. World. How do I do this? What am I doing here? I don't know. Skip. Can I walk around? Oh my gosh. Now I have a $3,000+ computer here, and this is glitchy as can be. To me, now how do I escape? Oh, okay, so let me push T. I want to just see the 10 cheapest land plots. This is all I wanted to see in the first place. My gosh. So these districts, office 4, residential 3, municipal 3. Now, I don't know exactly what this means here, but this is like, you know, 0.8, not much Ethereum here at all. Let's see. Search. Let's see. How much is that worth right now? That is not $141,000 worth of Ethereum. What the heck? No. Oh, okay. I even give up on this. But basically, you know, they're very cheap, it looks like. And with Ethereum going down even more, you may be able to buy something. But it just, you know, these are the lands and things that people are going to try to do in the future. We'll see how this works out. Looking at this, it needs a lot of work, but they're still working on it right now. It's something I would probably actually toss in $100 in just for the fun of it and see where it goes. I know it kind of sounds weird, but they have something, and that's a lot more than a lot of other companies have. They have something. So I'll keep my eye on it. As you can see, it's 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 a work in progress. I mean, it still has Christmas stuff on. I just don't know. But I guess I can buy this plot right here. But man, this thing is glitchy. But I wonder if that's because this whole thing is a world or something, right? Like if I went outside, could I see cars moving? Could I do this type of stuff? So, see. Oh, okay, so now it won't even let me leave. So yeah. Okay. So I think that was interesting. I'll toss $50 into that down the road. But oops, where could I even buy this? Actually, that's the question here. That's the question. Hotbit. I don't have a Hotbit account. I don't have a Mooniswap account, and I don't want to really use Uniswap either. So whenever this gets on an exchange, I'll buy $50 worth. But now, no, I'm not even gonna buy it. I wish I could though. I mean, it would be fun just to kind of YOLO some money in there. I really would. But if you can find something like that, but better, let me know. I'd be happy to try to play it with you guys and see where it goes. I mean, again, we know that Bitcoin's trying to break out above the 21,382 level, but once we know what's going on, I don't really need to make fluff up and tell you guys, I don't need to make up anything else. We could play a game while we wait for it to happen, or kind of a side game. I don't even know. But it does look interesting. But that's the type of style of Metaverse game that I am the most bullish about. It's just so hard to find them, right? Even UFO Game Token, the one that kind of went parabolic over the past few weeks, I made a bunch of money off of it. But if we go over here, go to the website. 503 servers temporarily unavailable? Well, what's that all about? Maybe they're working on it or something. Here, UFO Gaming. Not sure what that all was about. Okay, maybe just a bad link going from Coin Market. Let's see, their games are completely different, right? Super Galactic, not a city type of game, not a real world type of game. Oh god, this is weirding me out. Esports, Horizon, Apex, whatever that is, whatever that thing is. They have a few different games out there, but it's not like they're trying to build one massive game. The one massive game, I think, is we're going to have a lot of potential down the road. But I mean, at this point, I don't think it's going to be some small developer team. It's probably going to be some freaking mega institution. Like, not institution, but like, company, like a Facebook, like a Microsoft, like a TikTok. I don't even know. You know what I'm saying. So it might be hard to find that coin that can make you a lot of money if you buy it down, buy it at the beginning. But we'll have to wait and see. But I'm excited to see where those projects go off to, or how crazy they get. Let's see. NA6 FET goes to the moon. Oh, and thanks, Dex, for becoming a part of the Ruby level, my man. I really do appreciate that. Let me know if you have any questions. Let's see. And hey, Kilo, as far as GCT, I went over it the other day. There's nothing I can tell you about it for the most part. It's just too new. I mean, it's just too new. There's, you can see the two candles here. What I would say is that if you want to play around with it, I would probably have a stop loss around $30, like really far down, and you just want to buy and hold, and then every day it moves up is a day you want to add to your move that stop loss up, probably up to the a pivot point from the previous day. So if you buy some tomorrow pre-market or something like that, you could start your stop loss off somewhere way down here on $25, like 50%. You can move it up if you wanted to, but the next day, if it kind of moves up a little bit more, and you have the next day, like, after hours, like during this time frame, you can move this stop loss up here and then wait to see what happens, right? And then you could always just move this up more and more as you please. You don't have to do this in mind, but you want to be moving it up pretty aggressively. That is my point. But it's way too new. Everybody is hopping on this train right now. Have fun with it. Just be aware that pretty soon it could be halted. Halts can really mess up the short-term trajectory of a stock, so you have to be willing to hold throughout the halts, which can kind of be painful. Maybe this had a halt. Yeah, this had a few halts, it looks like. Well, this Friday, 19th was Friday. Let me go over here to halts, NASDAQ. Is this? Yeah, this is on the NASDAQ. So if I go over here, trading halts, if we go down here, I believe we should be able to find one. No? 228. Oh, this is for today. What? I go to yesterday's. All right, so looking for GCT. There it is. So, no, you guys still can't see that just yet, I don't think. Okay, okay, got it. So you see GCT right here, halted at 9:35 a.m. Eastern time, so right after the market opened, pretty much 5 minutes. On the NASDAQ, for LUDP, I don't actually know what LDP is. Oh, it's just volatility? Oh, okay, that one is volatility. Oh, they must have changed it. Okay. But yeah, so basically volatility, a few minutes later, 5 minutes later, another volatility, a little bit later through the day, another volatility, then another volatility, then another volatility, another halt, another halt. This is the 19th, so yeah, so yesterday, halt, 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 last one of the day. So like half of these plays are basically halts for them. And you can see on the chart, right? This from here to here is a halt, here to here is a halt, here to there is a halt. So sometimes after the halt, it bums up. Sometimes after the halt, you know, I guess that got halted here too, crashes down, but then halt up here, grinded, halt, popped up, grinded. Going into the end of the day, it looked like I didn't have too many more halts. Halted here, opened up here, halted here a little bit, then moved its way back up here. So halted here, yeah. So actually, there was quite a few halts here. Just be aware that those halts are going to be there. I'm really surprised how many halts that thing had. But you have to be willing to hold through all the madness. That's the thing. So if you wanna buy into it, if you haven't already, usually you want to buy on one of these negative halts, like either this one or this one, and then you're just waiting. Can take a while, but that's how you got to play that type of coin, or stock, excuse me. Let's see, FET went boom. Let me see. Oh, last few minutes. Oh, I don't even have that on my watch list. Let me see right here. There you go. And hey, Grand Prix, let me know if you want to talk about FET stacks. Sony's missing out. They already have VR and can easily bring back PlayStation Home to use as a metaverse. That'd be kind of interesting. I mean, the PlayStation 5s are pretty powerful. I was thinking of saving up for one. Or not even, I don't even have to save up for one, but like just going out and finally getting one because I think they're more widely available now. But I usually try to budget for certain things. So instead of paying $500 for a PS5, now I'm like, it's no, that's a cheaper ring. Yeah, this ring costs like $500. Maybe I just want this ring instead of a PS5. My mind is kind of weird, guys, but I'm like, yeah, that ring looks nice. I don't have any rings yet, so I'm trying to get into rings. So maybe I'll just use that money to buy a ring. I got some weird priorities. I mean, I could just buy both, I guess, at the same time, but I'm like, I try to budget as best I can. Oh, what's right here? Oh, sorry, guys. I know I'm missing a lot of you guys' questions there. And thanks, AZTV. 141 worth of Ethereum. There you go. So not much, but that's a lot of money for a plot of land in a metaverse and a coin that has like a very, very low market cap. That's a lot of money. And AZ, no, it's not because of I'm streaming. I think it's because the game only has limited processors, and they're probably only for the demo right now. So as we kind of tested out that game a while ago, you noticed before I hit the demo mode, I tried to go into the actual city and it wouldn't let me. I believe that's probably because they probably aren't paying for the servers right now for the main one. They're probably going to be paying for the servers for the demo. So if we go back over here, let me see. Mega World Tour release date announced. The first of its kind economic metaverse tech demo starts August 24th. Oh, so it might be so new that it's actually starting off the 24th. Maybe that's what it is. So events to fall this month. Maintenance 24th to 31st. Merge and integration. 1 to 10 swap starts August 30th. Your final chapter 7 mega governance. Set your reminders. I don't know. Here, I'll do something for you guys. I'll scroll up. There we go. I will follow them and I will ask them some questions down the road. They only have 8,000 followers, but they've been here since May 2018. So they've been trying to get followers for a while now. So we'll see. But yeah, I'll let you guys know. I'll let you guys know what I know. Let's see. What about Super Farm Coin from Elio Trades? He's been working in the Metaverse gaming crypto. As long as he has a project, it's worth, like, as long as you guys have some tangible they have a tangible product out there, I always think it's worth tossing in a few bucks. If they have something that looks really good or really promising down the road, you can toss in even more money. But you guys have to understand that all these coins that I'm talking about are very extremely high risk because you're buying at the bottom. You have a whole bunch of upside because you're buying at the beginning, but a lot of them will most likely fail. All right. The ones that don't fail, though, will make you a lot of money. That's the point. And the ones that you make a lot of money off of, they will offset by a mile all the losses you take off of all the ones that don't actually succeed in the long term. And hey, Kilo, yeah, it's just too new. It's just too new. Like, you look at that 2 candles and like, what can you do? Your strategy is basically going to be trying to buy a halt on the downward side and see what you can do with it. But less money is more on these types of occasions. You're going to be hoping that it goes so parabolic that you can turn a little bit of money into a lot of money. Don't try to turn a lot of money into a lot of money. All right. Let's see. Was Compound the crypto you mentioned the other day? Not sure I found the right one. Compound, I don't know if I mentioned it the other day or not, but Compound is something that you guys should probably like in the long term because it is on Robinhood. During altcoin season, no matter what coin is on Robinhood, it usually has a really big parabolic moment. Dogecoin, I think, is going to have a parabolic moment next year. Compound is going to be one as well because Compound actually has the lowest market cap of any coin on Robinhood. If Robinhood could put on another low market cap coin under 500 million, that's a coin I told you guys I'm going to be buying about $5,000 worth of it over the next few months if they ever have one up there, right? But yeah, Compound is going to be a fun one down the road. My only problem with Compound is it's just kind of expensive, not from a market cap perspective, but just from a price perspective. But I think people are going to be willing to overlook that. I guess some people are going to be willing to overlook it, which I think is going to be one of the reasons it'll still make a lot of money. And hey, Miss K, happy to see you back. Let me know if you have any questions. And hey, David, have a good rest of your night. What's right here? I was in GCT around 14 bucks and got out at 52. Don't think I'm getting back in. It can definitely be a roller coaster ride. The best way if you want to get back into it is to go into Robinhood and do a fractional share. That way you can just put $5 in and have some fun with it. You don't have to put in, like, hundreds and hundreds of dollars. Let's see. And MSK, you're growing Mike to go for something bigger? Probably. What do you call it? I'm excited to see where the metaverse goes, though, guys. It's going to be great. There's going to be a lot of money to be made in it. But, you guys know we follow a lot here, Sand and Mana. I mean, even looking at them with the larger market caps, probably just go with, let's go here. Let's just go to Metaverse. All right. Let's just go to Mana right here. 83 cents. I like the prices of both of these coins, but the market cap is $1.5 billion, right? And hey, Kilo, thank you very much for the super chat. I really do appreciate it. Let me know if you have any more questions besides the comp and the GCT one. Watch out for those halts, though. Those halts are going to be freaking wild. Thank you very much, Kilo. I really do appreciate it. So if we go over here to Mana, pretty good website, as you guys might know. Welcome to Decentraland. Create, explore, and trade the first ever virtual world owned by its users, right? This is the goal of what we're trying to hope for. But again, it's already at a 1.5 billion. That doesn't mean I'm still not buying it. It just means that I'm only buying so much of it basically right now. But I think this one can go big during the next cycle. But, start building, start developing. You can have a lot of fun with this. You could have a lot of fun with these types of coins down the road. And then you also want to actually play in the game. I'm an advocate if you guys buy a coin or buy a token from a metaverse that actually has a game. You should try to buy the game. You should try to play the game and see what it's actually like. It may entice you to put more money in there or not put more money in there. I like to, test it out and stuff right here. So you can download it if you wanted to, open it in your browser, and then from here you're gonna have to make an account and stuff like that. Play using your wallet, play as a guest. My experience will be limited. But maybe what I'll do here. I was thinking of making a gaming channel. I know Can keeps on reminding me to make one. What I might do, let's say Q4 of this year, because the Q3 is going to be a lot of tutorials I'm doing this week and next week and some sponsorship stuff. What I'll probably end up doing is create a Michael's Metaverse channel, something like that. you guys can help me create a catchy name. But Michael in the Metaverse, you know, Mike's Metaverse. I don't know. Doesn't sound too good. Okay, I'm not gonna wait for this. Can I wait for this? Can I wait for this? My anxiety says I can't wait for this. I'll creep up slowly. There's some music playing. I don't know if you guys can hear it. Desktop audio? Hold on. Properties. And I want you guys to hear that. There you go. Dun, 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 dun. Okay. I'll take the music off for you guys. I don't know if it's like ad friendly for YouTube or something like that. But, you know. Oh, I think my avatar should pop up right here in a second. I've only done this once before, but the tune was kind of nice. Okay, I'm not going to wait for this. I'd probably want to get the download version, and since my computer's hooked up through Ethernet, it probably wouldn't take too long to download it at all. So I'll probably end up making a Metaverse game channel where I just play Metaverse games, and for all I know, I might even find some sponsors that pay me to play their game, and that could keep me going on that channel for a long time to come. But I do want to make some more Metaverse content for you guys out there, because I do think the Metaverse is where you could find a lot of money, a lot of value in both the crypto markets and the stock markets. If you're lucky, you can even try to invest in the company itself. What's right here? Bear dancers have smelly stocks. Oh, man. And hey, Miss K, Doge, how low can it go? I have a limit order at 4 cents. I think Dogecoin can hit 4 cents. I think it can hit 4 cents. That's a good limit order if you ask me. It might go all the way down as far as 3 or maybe even 2 cents, depending on how bad Bitcoin gets, like worst case scenario type stuff. But I do think 4 cents is a pretty respectable level to have a limit buy order in there for a long-term hold for Dogecoin. And hey, Ken, MetaMike. There you go, MetaMike. MetaMike. You know what? MetaMike, and it'll be sponsored by Mike and Ike's. That's what we're going to do. But basically, I can try to have that. I can try to have some fun version of that. You guys know how Final Stand, he has that nice YouTube banner. His content may be something else, but his banner is pretty nice. I might have a banner of me just playing in the Metaverse, like a drawing or something like that. You know, on a roller coaster. I don't know. But I think that could be pretty fun. I don't know how many channels out there right now are doing Metaverse content, but I would enjoy doing like maybe 3 hours of streaming a week on the Metaverse if I could, and see where that goes. I mean, I have a gaming computer. I don't even really game on it that much, but now that I got this new fan system, I played a couple games today. Like the most powerful settings that Total War games have, the most powerful, absolutely beautiful. I played Grand Theft Auto 4 with like the max settings and everything like that. Now, my GPU couldn't handle the really max settings, but the temperature didn't get too hot. That was the most important point. So I think I could game for a while here and just do some fun games. One of my friends a few hours ago, he did like a 10-12 hour stream of beating every level of Roller Coaster 1 and 2, Roller Coaster Tycoon, one of my games from my childhood. I love that game. But like here, hold on, I'll show you something cool very fast. I have way too many friends in the YouTube world, but YouTube is an awesome world. Let me go over here very fast and type in Roller Coaster Tycoon. There we go. And let's go to today. There you go. All right. Marcel Verse, let me not showing his videos. He has 101,000 subscribers, but he just streamed for 9 hours or 10 hours right here, beating all 146 Roller Coaster Tycoon 1 and 2 scenarios. I could have a channel like this where I'm just playing Metaverse games and having fun and see how it works out, right? So, you know, could do some really, really, really fun stuff. And shorts, 5 creative ways to kill your guest in Roller Coaster Tycoon. Those were the days. Those were the days. All right, there we go. Hey, Mike, can I do a quick video on shorting and longs on BitGet sometime using the demo, please? Yes, I can do one using the demo. You're probably going to be using 1x leverage, though, because the demo is only for leverage trading, but you can still set it to 1x. But yeah, I'll make one for you. Sponsored by Jersey Mike's. Ooh, that'd be good. I haven't had Jersey Mike's in a hot minute. Last time I had it, I think it was like 2 months ago. Yeah, I got the Big Kahuna with extra jalapenos. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good. Hey, Kilo 42 socks. There you go. And there you go, Miss K. Let's see. I'll place at 0.2. What do you call it? I mean, it's okay to have some unrealistic or, you know, further down stop limit buy orders than you guys expect. You know, when we talk about what we've been seeing and how we kind of got to this place, remember for a good portion of earlier this year, I was saying, well, I have a big limit buy order right around the 200 weekly moving average for Bitcoin, because I was like, hey, historically, we don't tend to break down below that. So I was like, you know what? But just in case, I'll also put some limit orders well below that, just in case we break down below it, because this is uncertain times. Inflation is rising, bad stuff is happening. Maybe it'd just be more prudent to have some, like not put as much money where I thought I wanted to and have some down a little bit lower. Now, the risk is that it doesn't reach that level, and maybe you don't have the opportunity to be able to buy back into the price you want to. That's the risk there. But, you know, there's always an opportunity to continue making money, because as long as you guys buy anywhere down at these levels, you guys will be fine down the road, right? Let's see. And hey, male gossip is a disease. If you were a consistent YouTuber, you would have the talent to take over this space. It would be a whole wide open for you to grow. My thing right now is, I mean, I'm pretty consistent, I think. I mean, this is my day off. I guess that's not consistent for me streaming on my day off. But what I really need right now, and what I'm currently looking for, I have a few, I'm doing some interviews actually Tuesday and Wednesday. I'm looking for an editor to help me really save me some time and make my content much better than it is now. So I'm hoping to find an editor and start making some other content out there where I talk about some more grandiose things, like the economy in general, some news coming out, stuff that I think you guys want to learn, know, you know, to kind of help you get an idea of where the market's heading. But I'm not at that talent or skill level for graphics. I'm trying to be, but man, I just don't have the time. You know, I'm going to get pretty busy here pretty soon, because my sister's getting ready to go back to school. She gets her driver's license pretty soon, but she doesn't have a car yet. And I got to decide if I want to like get her one or not. But I might just like let her use my car, or I might still drive her to school. I'm not entirely sure. Cause I could always take Uber, but then I got to pay for Uber. So it's like, so, and like, why would I inconvenience myself just so my sister can go to drive to school and look cool? You know, so there's always a whole bunch of weird stuff going on there, but I gotta figure out how I want to organize all that weird stuff I'm going to be doing, I guess. Like, you know, sister's going to school, help the mom go to dialysis and stuff like that. My mom's doing some kidney tests in case they find a kidney for her right now, so I'm taking her to the doctors for that quite a bit over the next few weeks. It's all a bunch of weird stuff. Or I shouldn't say weird, it's not weird, but it's like time-consuming stuff. To me, time-consuming and weird are the same thing. But yeah, so we'll see how it all works out. But I think if I have an editor, it'll make my life so much better. But the thing of it is an editor right now, like the quality I want, is going to charge anywhere from $100 to $200 per video. On average, since my videos aren't that good, I don't know how much money I'd be making off of those videos. You guys know I'm pretty transparent about how I make money on the YouTube channel and stuff like that. Let me go over here very fast and let me just pull up a random video. So, you know, I made this video a while ago talking about, you know, I figured out what all 1000X coins have in common. It only got 618 views because you know, the information's solid, but I'm not good at editing, so the video isn't going to be as engaging to make you guys go through everything. But basically, I made $6 off the video, just $6.65. That's it, right? So in order for me to justify paying somebody $200, I have to test it out a couple times and say, hey, I got to make a video. We got to make a video that's so good that this video can earn over $200, so I can justify continuing to pay the guy. Now, I don't like, it doesn't have to make $200 at first, because I'm always fine to put, you know, toss in some money and see if it works over time. But, you know, I want to really make sure it works out pretty well here. So the video is 4 minutes long, but the average person only watched for about 2 minutes, right? So, you know, it's not really doing well. So that's why I need the editor there to kind of help me out. So that's the big goal of the channel right now. If I get a good editor here, and with my ability to kind of set up the right footage, I know they can do a really good job for me. But I gotta find one. That's the hard part right now. Let's see right here. And hey, Kilo, I enjoy your day off streams very much. I appreciate it. Let's see. And hey, Nico, do I have Ape? No, I do not own Ape. I'm waiting for Ape to crash as well as the whole rest of the market. Then maybe I'll buy into it. I owned Ape a long time ago, and I just did a swing trade on it, made a bunch of money. And I was like, I'm out of it. I'd stopped out of it. I'm thinking of getting into Ape down the road, but right now I'm not in Ape. But I will be getting back into it probably after our next big crash, if we have one in the September or October time. More likely September. That's right there. You guys do not like the Bears right now. Give it some time, guys. Give it some time. You know, it doesn't have to be a quick little pop here. We just want to make sure we don't actually break down below 20,709. We may have a really bad day today. We'll have to wait and see, but there's an opportunity to have one more cooling off day here. And what's right here? Okay. Okay, everybody, I'm going to call it a night right now. I got to go make some orange chicken here, and I also got to go check my mailbox. I'm supposed to get a ring sizer kit or something like that because I want to buy this ring. But I don't know what size my ring finger is or my fingers are, so that's going to be fun here. But what do you call, I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I will also be live tomorrow so you guys know what's going on. And I will be doing a stream at midnight tonight for you guys as well. So, get ready for that one as well. That one's going to be more for the European crowd, Asian crowd, Asian viewership. But if you guys are up midnight Saturday night in America or, you know, anywhere, feel free to hit me up. I'm going to be streaming again, waiting to see what happens to the market and having a nice little talk. And maybe tonight we'll be doing a little bit of Metaverse gaming. Maybe I'll download Mana and during my little break time here. And maybe I'll try to play it up a little bit and see what happens. But yeah, we'll see how that works. I don't know what wallet I want to connect to it, though. I've only done the demo mode from it. I don't know. Okay, but I'll see you guys a little bit later. Have a fantastic night, and I'll see you guys probably in about 3.5 hours. For about